Hey guys, Zach here again, and today we're looking at an arena game. It's 2v2. It should be a pretty good one, and today we have got two teams, and the first team is Wacko in green, playing as Aztecs to the far right of the map. Up to the north of the map in teal is his partner today, Fate, playing as Vikings. And these two are making the team over to the right and north. And over to the left, bottom left, we've got yellow, Nola, playing as Britons. And purple is strong Turks. And yeah, it should be pretty good. Arena is always interesting. I like arena games because they are very often not same-civ matchups. So it's obviously we've got 4 different civilizations here: Vikings, Aztecs, Britons, and Turks. And it means that there's lots of different strategies that can be used. And it also means that it's not the same every single time, which is very nice, and it saves, it's a little bit different to the normal Hun wars that we see so many of. And so not really going to be a lot going on till roughly the Castle Age, because obviously because you start with these walls, it's very hard to actually do that much in the Feudal Age unless perhaps you tower the wall and try and flush, but that's not usually the case, as it's a little bit risky, and it's better to wait until the Castle Age and then get a castle out or something to try and take out the walls. It's also very common to see a pretty much like no eco sort of all-in attack, which I've seen quite a lot of since I've started watching arena games a bit more. It's kind of interesting because the players tend to just make no economy whatsoever, go purely into military, and while their opponent is booming or trying to make units, or not making units, make more economy, they just suddenly come out from nowhere with loads of units and break through the wall and then kill you. It really catches you off guard, and it's very important to remember that these walls are not so hard to break through if you put a tower or a castle there. So these guys all know what they're doing, though. They are kind of like 2K players, so I'm sure we won't see too much of a struggle for them in the early game. And so it looks like we're going to have here Vikings versus Turks. It could be possible that strong here, purple, goes for a fast Imperial strategy. It works very nicely on arena because obviously being Turks, and also it works for Byzantines, you get access to gunpowder units very early on, and it works better for Turks because they have increased gold mining rate, which means they can focus more on food and then get gold and advance up to the Imperial Age pretty quickly, and then they can quickly research chemistry. Not research chemistry. Turks get chemistry for free, which makes it even better for Turks, and then they can start churning out gunpowder units and bombard cannons, break through the wall, and they're in. We'll have to see what Strong does. I don't know what he's going to do. He's going up to the Castle Age already, 13-14 minutes in, and he may go for a fast Imperial, though I think fast Imperial tends to go with a couple more villagers, though it could be possible for him to do that. And it should be interesting to see what happens, because obviously, as we know, Vikings aren't so great. They do have a decent economy, though. We'll just have to see what Fate does. Fate, of course, is well known for being a Black Forest player. And on the other side, Aztecs. Let's see, Wacko, there he is. Wacko, Aztecs. I imagine he'll be getting quite a few monks out. It's very important to collect up relics where you can. There's a relic in the centre right there, and I don't know if he's got one in his base. It doesn't look like it. There's also a relic on the far left, which either Strong or Nola can pick up, as well as a random wolf. I thought that was a relic then. A random wolf in the middle of the forest, of course. Just wandered in and got lost, I imagine. And it looks like Nola actually went up to the Castle Age first there. Nola, of course, playing as Britons. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if the Briton player decides to boom, because Britons do get very cheap town centres, which means that they can boom very nicely. And he's already just spent another 200 stone, so that is indeed what he's doing. He's already getting 2 town centres up. Maybe a 4th one will come out as well. So Nola is looking to get pretty defensive and boom it up, because of course if you can outboom your opponent and then flatten them in the Imperial Age with trebuchets, then you're in a decent position. However, if your opponent, such as Wacko here, goes all in castle, really low eco mode, breaks through your walls and then kills you while you're booming, there's not very much you can actually do. So we'll have to keep an eye on what Wacko is going to do here, because I imagine Nola is going to boom, and on the other side Fate is probably going to boom, because he's playing as Vikings and they are a lot better in the Imperial Age because they do get the free handcart and free wheelbarrow upgrades, which means they've got a better economy. So perhaps Fate is going to boom, and also because he's a Black Forest player, he's probably used to booming. And as we see, another town centre going up at the front there for Fate, and a town centre at the back as well. So he's going to boom, and we've got Strong playing as Turks, who is probably, as you can see by the castle going up there, going to try and pile the pressure on in the Castle Age and pretty much go no eco mode. So it's going to be hard for Fate, because I imagine with Turks we'll see some, if he's not going fast Imperial, which he's not, well no, he might still go fast Imperial, we'll have to see, but as Turks we could probably expect to see some Janissaries coming out, some Mangonels or whatever, to try and take down this wall as fast as you can, while Fate is pretty much defenseless. So we'll have to keep an eye on it and see what's going on. Wacko building a monastery in the centre, so he's going to make some monks. Monks against Britons aren't necessarily the best, because obviously Britons have such good range on their archers, but not really until the Imperial Age do they get the real upgrades. So I don't know, monks will be a good idea for now. Of course, the best counter to monks is like cavalry, as they're really cheap to make, really fast, and they can get in there and kill stuff off very quickly. This is nice. Strong coming over, because Turks obviously get free upgrades on their scout cavalry to light cavalry, trying to take out this villager to stop him from building this forward here, but it's not going to happen. He's going to be forced away, and Wacko throwing down a siege workshop there as well, and he has got a couple of eagle warriors also, so it looks like Wacko is going to get pretty aggressive early on. Let's have a look at his eco. Yep, he's not got so much eco at all. Quite a lot of gold coming up, and not really no second town centre or anything like that. He's actually lost out a bit of stone there. I think he may have sold some for a fast castle or something like that, as he definitely hasn't got another oh no, sorry, my bad, he's making a watchtower right here, that's why his stone's gone down, silly me. And yeah, building this forward right here, 2 monasteries, so he's going to make a few monks, a Mangonel coming out as well to try and get through this wall as fast as he can. Watchtowers are nice though, because they can outrange Mangonels, or they can hit Mangonels, which does mean that the watchtower can actually take the Mangonel out. So that's nice for Nola, nice positioning there. Another one here as well. So Nola's going to get a little bit defensive while he protects his boom. Over on the other side though, Strong up here and Fate. Well, Fate hasn't got any military at all, he's just booming again with 3 TCs, but Strong on the other hand, 1 town centre. 39 population, not many villages at all. He's got 2 relics already, and he's starting to make Janissaries, as well as this siege workshop creating a Mangonel. So it looks like Strong is going to get really aggressive and try and take out Nola as fast as he can. Sorry, not Nola, Fate. Fate getting out 1 Mangonel, which is okay. Janissaries are pretty decent, because if they microed correctly, like they sort of were there, they can actually hit the Mangonels and run, which is a nice strat to use. And he's going to be forced back a little bit. When he gets his Mangonel out though, he's going to be able to at least try and take the wall down, or even kill the town centre off with the Mangonel. As we know, 7 range on a Mangonel, only 6 for a town centre, so they do outrange them. They can pick them off slowly, and I will get back to that when a little bit more action is occurring. Down here though, we've got Wacko trying to take out this watchtower of Fate, Nola, doing a pretty good job using his villager to repair the Mangonel so that the watchtower can't take it out, and managing to take that down. He may be in range of the town centre if he goes right up to the edge, but looks like Nola's just going to build another watchtower there to keep things safe. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. And there we go, Fate losing his Mangonel there, unfortunately, and now Strong is starting to push forwards. He's going to try and take out the town centre with his Mangonels. Obviously he has got the greater range. Try and pick off some villagers with the Mangonels as well. Looks like he's going to get a nice shot now. Fate's going to lose 1 or 2 villagers there, no, just 1, but he can very easily just pick off this town centre now if he makes more Mangonels. He's just continuing to make Mangonels really, and Janissaries as well when he can afford them. Pretty much going no eco mode. I mean, he's only on 50 population, but he has got 13, 14, 15 military already, so only 1 town centre as well, and I don't even know if he's going to continue making villagers. He's just going to go all in on this push and just try and kill off Fate while Fate is still booming. So Fate is going to have to try and hold him off for the time being. He might just be able to do that. I can imagine he will be just fine. And probably looking to go to the Imperial Age as well fairly soon. But these Janissaries, if they do break through the walls, are going to be a real nightmare to deal with, as they've got such big range. They can just pick off villages so easily. And as you can see, this town centre getting picked off also. That's almost lost actually right there. Fate trying to repair that as fast as he can and get his dudes back inside. But he could lose this town centre here. And if he doesn't lose the town centre, he will at least lose his wall and the Janissaries will go in. So though Fate has got a better economy right now, Strong has got much more units out already, and these Mangonels getting, well, he's getting very aggressive basically. Wacko, on the other hand, is not really bothering with Nola at the moment. He's having a bit of a hard time dealing with these watchtowers by the looks of it, so he is instead going to go up to Strong and try and break through this gate right here. So pretty much 2v1 on Strong right now, though Fate isn't really doing anything, just defending. But he is going to try and break through this gate, and Strong is reacting by making a castle there, which is nice. He's going to be able to try and defend this area. It doesn't even look like Wacko's going to bother trying to get through there. It's a little bit of a shame really. Wacko's pretty much gone no eco mode. He's not got a second or third town centre out yet, so Wacko's trying to get really aggressive, but he's not really being able to. The Briton Nola here defending really nicely. He just needs to break through and do what damage he can, but Nola getting pretty defensive in his building structure as well. Look at how he's using all these buildings to wall, which is very nice. So even if Wacko does break through, he's going to have a lot of watchtowers to have to deal with and a lot of defensive play from Nola, who is just continuing to boom for the time being with 4 town centres. Britons, of course, do have a great boom, as I've already said, and Nola, I imagine, will be going to the Imperial Age pretty shortly, once he just gets enough resources. Fate saying he's okay. Let's have a look what is actually going on up here. Yeah, it doesn't look like Strong is actually getting through the walls yet. This town centre has been fully repaired once again, and Fate just continuing to boom. He'll lose a few villages if he's not careful again, though. Just got to be very careful with that. And I imagine Strong is going to try and get through these walls here. Just notice he's actually lost quite a few of these Mangonels, which is not good. Fate with some great micro, obviously, on his Mangonel, but going to lose it to the Janissaries, who in turn took 4 losses. Strong, not with the best army control, it does seem. Couple more Mangonels, going to weaken the wall a bit and then get through with a petard. 2 petards to take down 1 piece of wall. It works out pretty nicely, and it looks like Strong is going to get into the base of Fate here, which is going to be real annoying for Fate. Fate is going to struggle holding Strong out by the looks of it. He's easily going to get through here. Just boom, he's through, and this stone wall has got 1 HP left on it, so oh, it's not even started building even, so he can just walk straight through. So that's very nice. Strong straight into Fate's base. He may be able to kill off quite a few villagers here. As you can see how much range they've got. He needs to be careful of the Mangonel, obviously. There we go, that Mangonel missing, and now boom, it's dead. And he is just going to be focusing on killing off villagers, as many villagers as he possibly can. Wacko just saying at the top there, he's going to go Imperial. He can't deal with the amount of towers that Nola's got. Nola doing a great defense by the looks of it, and even a castle in defense there. Britain's pretty good on arena, it does seem. Obviously, with such great range on their archers and their watchtowers, makes it very hard to get really aggressive early game with Mangonels. You need rams and stuff really to get through. He does have the advantage, of course, that Aztecs do have Eagle Warriors, which are pretty resilient to arrow fire, and a lot of monks as well. So let's have a look. Wacko saying he's going to go up to the Imperial Age. It's going to be a little bit of a while because, as you can see, he's only just got his second town centre up, so he's going to be a little bit of a while there. And meanwhile, Strong is still in Fate's base, almost taking out this town centre once again, but getting a bit too close again and losing more Mangonels, unfortunately. But these Janissaries are going to be able to pick off villagers, quite a few villagers actually, but I don't think it's enough to actually stop Fate's boom, because Fate, remember, he's got this town centre back here. He's got a lot of a big advantage, on Strong at the moment, and though he's losing a few villagers to Strong's harassment, I don't think it's enough. You know, Strong has pretty much no eco whatsoever, and still only on 50 population. Trying to get really all in and aggressive, it's just not worked out so great for him in this situation. Still managing to pick off villagers though, which is really nice. The more he kills off, the better, of course. And I think Nola or Fate, oh yeah, Fate's up to the Imperial Age, and Nola up to the Imperial Age as well. So it's kind of a mirror match. Both these guys trying to get aggressive. Obviously that's Strong and Wacko, the aggressive ones. Fate and Nola, the boomers. But I think now it's going to be a little bit of a lull while they get up to the Imperial Age and start to push back. Fate getting out some skirmishes there. First to reach Imperial Age as well, I would like to point that out. Losing another mangonel, but these skirmishes going to be able to push the Janissaries back. Super effective as they pick them off with their spears. It looks like he's going to lose them, but there's only one Janissary left, and that really can't do so much at all. So it looks like Fate is going to be able to defend this really nicely, getting out quite a few archery range to keep spamming the elite skirmishes. And what else is he going to be doing? Just more elite skirmishes, and not even a castle from him yet either, actually. He's probably going to get a castle pretty soon, because he is gathering quite a bit of stone right now. He should have enough for a castle in just a moment. Siege Workshop going up as well. So now he's looking to push Strong back, and Strong has really not got any eco to fall back on. So he loses this castle and lets Fate into his eco. Then it's pretty much game over for him. So we'll have to see how much he can hold on for. These Janissaries won't stand up to too much from skirmishers, but of course he has got the mangonels, so he'll be able to kill off the skirmishers pretty easily in that case. Castle going up for Fate as well, which means he's going to be able to get a trebuchet out and start taking out this castle from Strong. And once that is down, then he's going to have a really nice advantage. Wacko is still holding the middle ground over here though. He's got just one relic, though that's pretty much all he could get, because that was all that was in the centre. I think this one's already been claimed, of course, and still just waiting really, I think, to get up to the Imperial Age. Yeah, he's upgrading now, but we've got to bear in mind Nola is already Imperial, or he's nearly almost Imperial, and we'll probably see there'll be a longbow coming out and all the upgrades to come still to make these guys just so good with range. It's going to be so hard to kill these guys. Even skirmishers struggle against longbowmen because they outrange them so much. If they've got enough longbowmen, they can kill the skirmishers really easily. And Fate trying to push out now, losing quite a few skirmishers to the mangonel there, just trying to micro and kill off as many Janissaries as he can. Going to be able to kill a few, but the mangonels are just too many, and just about getting this castle up. Of course, once the castle goes up, it's going to outrange the mangonels, so Strong is going to have to retreat, and it looks like Fate will be able to get this castle up pretty easily, though he has still got these mangonels picking off his villagers. There we go, 98, 99, 100, and the mangonels are going to have to GB as they get picked off by the castle. And it looks, he's going to lose at least one and a couple of Janissaries as well. So now it looks to me like Fate is going to push Strong right back and do a lot of damage. Nola, though, trying to help his teammate out by bringing some Arbalests up. Let's see what's going to happen, because Wacko is bringing the Elite Eagle Warriors up, and they are going to be able to do quite a bit of damage to these Arbalests, actually, due to the fact that pretty high resilience arrow fire and Arbalests, not the best against these Eagle Warriors. Wacko, Fate saying, is Wacko dead? I don't think he is at all. He's doing just fine, though Nola hasn't really done much of an attack yet. We're just waiting to see that. All the action seems to be up at this area. Wacko just trying to pick off Nola's Arbalests there. He's going to be able to do a decent job, killing off quite a few. Really nicely done. Just trying to snipe this mangonel. Of course, that's very easy to do when you've got 10 range on your Arbalests. Absolutely ridiculous how much range these have. And now Fate is going to be able to push out and pick off this castle. Bombard cannon coming out for Strong, so Strong is into the Imperial Age and getting a trebuchet of his own out, but I don't know how much he is going to be able to do, because let's face it, he really does have no eco at all. His gold collectors are idle. He's going to have to move them and get some more. And no eco mode, it's good if you can kill your opponent in the early game, but once they've boomed and they've got, they're able to produce a very highly teched out and a very strong, I suppose, army, then you can't really do much against it if you've not got any eco to back it up. Looks like Strong is going to lose his castle here, I've got to say, and Wacko did kill off quite a lot of these archers over here, these Arbalests from Nola. Nola is still with the score lead though, doing a pretty good job with about 6 town centres, I think. He is just keeping himself up, booming, and I'm sure he's going to be getting ready to move out pretty shortly as well and deal with Wacko in the centre. Already got a trebuchet on the corner, just pick off these buildings, and to see what Wacko can actually do against the Longbowman. Strong gonna lose this castle. There we go. That one is gone down. Looks like Fate is gonna lose his castle too, actually, which is not so great. But they are in, and these elite skirmishers are gonna be able to pick off the Janissaries extremely quickly. Gonna try and pick off the Mangonel as well. Gonna have a tough time, but microing really nicely there, managing to kill off so many units without losing a single one, apart from now when he got flattened by some molten rocks. Never a good thing. But yeah, again, nice micro. Don't even know why he decided to kill that deer there, but he did. And lose quite a few skirmishes, but it's nothing to be too worried about. He's got a very good eco to back it up with, and he's going to continue to make a lot of units, it seems. Elite Eagle Warriors in this situation, not the best, because obviously Janissaries do have an attack advantage against infantry units. However, Fate pretty much killed off all of the Janissaries anyway, and now Elite Eagle Warriors coming in and gutting the base. And now you'll see how much these guys can kill off the Elite Skirmishers even. Just so much range on there, although saying that they're not really aiming at the archers, never mind. And I think Wacko just said, yeah, Nola's going for champion as Britons, which is kind of hard to deal with if you are Aztecs or Mayans, because as we know, champions and two-handed swordsmen even actually rip through Elite Eagle Warriors, so it's kind of hard to deal with them at all. So we'll have to see how well he can deal with this down here, but it might be a little bit too late, because it looks to me like Strong is going to be absolutely gutted here. He's lost his 2 trebuchets, and Nola is losing his little army here due to these Elite Eagle Warriors, and now Fate can just push through and finish Strong off, it looks like. Over on the other side, Wacko having a pretty tough time. Once these guys get up to champion, it's going to be really hard to kill the champions off with just Eagle Warriors, especially with the fire from the Arbalests as well. Going to be really hard for him to do. They've just got so much range, picking off the monks and everything. Going to be pretty challenging, but I think if Strong is pretty much out, Fate is going to be able to come down and help kill off Nola at the bottom here. I don't know how long Wacko can actually hold on for at the bottom, as once champions do come out, it's going to be real tough for him to actually hold on and beat him. It does look like Fate is going to finish off Strong here though. Trebuchet coming in, probably going to take out the castle and the town centre from there, and going to be able to just keep reinforcing himself really. He's not really got anything stopping him from doing this. The Eagle Warriors coming in as well, killing off Strong. Strong's pretty much got nothing left. I only just realised he's actually got 2 town centres up. Wow, at last. And a few villagers on gold still, but I don't think it's going to be enough now. It's going to be very hard to deal with this, very hard indeed. Nola is kind of Nola might be able to hold on, though Wacko is actually doing a pretty decent job, I've got to say, though Nola doesn't exactly have champions yet, so that is probably why he's struggling a little bit. Does seem to me though like Wacko is going to overpower Nola here, and Nola's going to have a tough time indeed. Not really much Strong can do at the moment now anyway. Fate is starting to take out his castles. Of course Janissaries can't do anything against Elite Skirmishers, and no eco mode kind of didn't work out for him, as you know, he's not got any villagers collecting whatsoever apart from gold down here, which isn't much use if you've got no other resource, I suppose. He's got a lot of gold but not a lot else. And Strong, I think, is pretty much out right here. Yeah, there we go. Strong just resigned. And now it's just down to Nola. He's got the champions out at last, but I don't think it's going to be enough he can do against that many Eagle Warriors, even with champions, as he's just outnumbered too much. Pretty interesting game, I've got to say. I just wish, you know, if Strong had gone fast Imperial instead of trying to attack at the Castle Age, he may have actually been able to do a lot more damage to Fate than he did. I'm not a massive fan of doing this no eco mode, really early Strong push. I mean, it does catch a lot of players off guard. But if you kind of know what to expect and you can put up a good enough defense, then it's pretty easy to deal with once you've boomed and get to the Imperial Age. Of course, I suppose it's nice to see really early attacks going on as well, so I don't blame him for that. And Nola doing an excellent job there, definitely the most valuable player. Really great boom from Nola, and unfortunately Wacko just had too many men. Oh, there we go again, too many men. Too many men to actually, not beat Nola. Nola wouldn't had a chance against that many Eagle Warriors, and pretty much overall a GG. Wacko not really with much eco either, just pretty much similar strategy to Strong. These two are well-known arena players. The other two, of course, just stepping in. I don't really know how much arena they've played, but they all seem to know what they're doing. So hopefully you've enjoyed this game. bit different. I might do a bit more arena in the future. It's pretty fun. And as usual, I've been Zach, and I will see you next time.